Hello, this is Amber from LoveFit, and in this next video in my postnatal series I'm looking at how to push the buggy in such a way that is optimal for your core function. So for those of you who are at that stage where you're trying to lose the mummy tummy, I've spoken about this in previous videos, but if you're looking to get back to some exercise, as I've said before, the main thing is that you really start with the basics and you get your breathing right and you get your posture correct. Now, if you spend a lot of time pushing a buggy, so much of the time I see people walking on, I've become quite clued in to watching other people now, and I definitely have felt it myself before I became a bit more mindful of it, is that people push the buggy with it out in front of them and they're in this position here. So as they're walking along, they've got their bum stuck out and their weight kind of tilted forward. So your rib cage, as you can see on me, is considerably further forward than your hips. So everything here is stuck out. Now, apart from the fact that causes a lot of extra pressure on your lower back, anytime you're in this anterior tilted pelvis, beside the back pain, what's happening is it's really affecting the optimal position of your pelvic floor. And that means that there's a lot of extra pressure going through the pelvic floor. And as we should know by now, if you've been watching any of my other videos and reading my blogs, is that increased pressure is a big no-no and definitely not desirable in the pregnant or postnatal body. I mean, it's not great for anybody, but particularly when you've already got all this weakness and extra stretch from pregnancy and labour and birth. So we really want to be pushing the buggy in a nice upright position. Now, this might sound like far too much to think about, but actually once you start becoming mindful of it and conscious of it, you'll find yourself naturally trying to push the buggy like that. So if I just come off the screen and show you what I often see, it's this thing here, the buggy out in front, your hands pushing and your bum left behind you. And as I say, this weakens the core, it puts a lot of pressure on the pelvic floor. What we actually want is to be standing so that you're properly stacked, and I've covered this in one of the first postnatal videos just about optimal position generally, but you should be walking in this position. Now, I find it often helps to have your handles up nice and high. That way you can have your hands resting and the shoulders nice and relaxed. The second you're out here, the shoulders tend to come up, and what that also means is that they're rounding forwards, so this pec minor, which is already shortened from all the effects of pregnancy, but then afterwards all the breastfeeding. I mean, I definitely know that I've got some real tension in here just from being in that position of breastfeeding a lot. So, even if you're bottle feeding, again, you're still going to be like this feeding. So whatever, if you've got a young baby, you're going to very likely have tightness here and weakness in the upper back. So we want to be pulling that back. We want the shoulders drawn back and down. We want everything nice and relaxed. So by having your handle up high, it's much easier to maintain this optimal position and keep everything relaxed. And then from there, you would just be walking, but trying to keep yourself in an upright position, trying not to let the buggy get away from you and end up in that position. So anytime you're out walking the baby, if they're asleep in your buggy or whether you're interacting with them or not, try to get the hands up nice and high, relax the shoulders and keep yourself in this position so that your ribs are stacked directly over your pelvis, knees, feet, head. You do not want the body out of alignment. The second it's out of alignment, the breathing is off, everything is going to become stretched, weakened, tense, anything we don't want basically. So yeah, make sure you're walking nice and straight, just try and think of being vertical, and that should really help. Okay? Thanks very much for watching, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.